The Brown one's a little complicated because I don't know that any news organization has reported this, but I've been besieged with messages from people who are really concerned about the report. And again, I believe in being transparent here. If I were editing the New York Times, I don't think I'd put it in the paper. But people are telling me that the family of Ella Cook, the Alabama young woman who was a sophomore, has been told that she was the target of what happened at Brown. I have no idea whether that's true. There's other theories about why the person did what they did, but now that we don't know who the assailant is, it's going to be harder to say. But if it's true that she was targeted, that's a big story because she was one of the most visible conservatives on that campus. Don't know that it's true, but probably most of you don't even know that that's being alleged because you'd have to follow certain accounts on X or have sources, as I do, who are telling me that. So, Amber, if she was targeted, and again, we don't know that, but if she were targeted, what would the implications of that be?
Well, I'll start with a couple of things that I think lend credence to that theory, which is one, typically when we see mass school shooters, they don't just stop and walk away, right? Usually they keep going until they're apprehended by police, shot dead, or they kill themselves.
Yeah, Amber,
In this case,
let me just stop you.
yep,
I should have been clear. She was the number two person at the Young Republicans branch on Brown's campus. So that's why some people are concerned if she were targeted. Go ahead, Amber. I apologize.
right. Well, and the other thing is if the police are telling Brown students that they are safe, they don't have to shelter in place anymore, but they don't have a suspect in custody. I think that also suggests that this was some kind of targeted attack. Um, Sadly, I wouldn't be surprised. Um, when I was on campus at Georgetown, I was chair of the college Republicans. I had to report multiple threats against me in my final 2 years on campus. And it seems to me that the political violence problem has only gotten worse in the 10 years since. There's been obviously numerous high profile attacks, the two assassination attempts on Donald Trump, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the attempted bombing of a local Fox News van. And we also have all of these surveys and polls showing that young people are more comfortable with political violence than at any point in modern political history. Uh, there really is a strain among young people where they believe that political differences and problems can be solved by killing the person of the opposite political stripe.
Kevin.
Yeah, I agree completely with Amber. I'm so sorry that was your experience at Georgetown. I went to Catholic U here in Washington, D.C., and, we did so much cross-party programming with Democrats and Republicans, the college groups, just because it was, I think, important to realize and keep everything in perspective that we're all Americans first and we just disagree. And to Amber's point, we have seen this transcend now to lower generations, where the idea that political violence is the solution to our disagreements is on the rise. And I think it's, fueled by video games and desensitization and just this loneliness factor that we have in our society that this is a solution. And again, there are more questions than answers. I think we'll get a better picture, hopefully, when this person is found and arrested in Providence, and we get the real understanding of the motives in this case specifically.
Yeah. We don't obviously. I know we don't always know what the motives are. Most of these crimes are solved in terms of there's an assailant. We don't know why the guy shot President Trump. Kind of incredible. We don't know the answer to that. So we'll see. But watch closely to see when they do find someone, assuming they do. If that person really did target Ella Cook for her political beliefs, it's going to be a big deal. And it's just a reality of media. An Ivy League campus case is going to get more coverage than another school because of the way news executives' mentality works. So this is going to get a lot of coverage, and we will see.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.